Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about being in the right place at the right time. Often we doubt ourselves, we doubt our ability to be able to live our life in the best way possible. We doubt that we're fulfilling our full potential. We doubt that we are the right person to do whatever it is that we have in our heart, and we often can have severe doubt because of criticism from others around us, or even self-criticism is probably even louder, raging in our minds. And we forget to tune into our heart and trust that what we feel is the right thing, the right information and the right purpose. And we have to trust, I think, that that is the right thing for us to do. Good morning, Catherine. And good morning, Jenny. So what is the right thing, and how can you tell it's the right thing? So I think one of the things that help us to feel that things are the right thing is the feeling we get when we are on purpose and we're doing what we love. It really feels good. We feel happy and we feel like, yes, this is wonderful. Doesn't mean we won't have fears, because often the fears are there to, bring up the rubbish that's preventing us from moving forward to the next step. But when we do what we feel in our heart, it does feel amazing, and we feel energized, and we don't want to do our addictions, and we feel like, yes, this is what I really want to do. So today I wanted to dedicate our call to a couple of people. One to a little friend by the name of Bednar, and also his mum and dad, and to Cheryl. And if there anyone else that you think we should dedicate our call to today, is there someone that you're worried about that you would like to be included in our call? Please let me know, and we would love to send energy to them. And we may include, humanity at this time, and particularly Australia. So we're asking who you want to be included in this call. Is there anyone you'd like to dedicate this to today? We will do that. Is there anyone else that you would like to dedicate it to? And where is it in your body that you're feeling that you're stuck and that's preventing you from getting onto the right way and the right time for you at this point? All right, so let's go into our third chakra. I'm going to use Jenny Rosengren's book today. All right, what I have to say is interesting to others. And Catherine's commented, I feel I am there for sure with my writing, and that's all I want to do, but my life tells me I should be focusing on earning money. Well, I don't know. I have a good friend that has a lot of health challenges, and she knows that that's not what she's here for. She's here to grow spiritually, and boy, has she. So Jenny wants to dedicate to her friends Debbie, Megan and Pam. All have big changes in their life at present. Okay. So Debbie, Megan and Pam. All right, thank you. I think when we focus on our heart, we will get all that we desire or need, or our needs will be met in other ways. You know, if your writing is what brings you joy, that's what you need to do. Let's go into the heart chakra for a moment, which is about, loving and forgiving. All right. I'm taking responsibility for my own life. Now, sometimes taking responsibility can be a little bit scary, and we wonder what could happen to us, and we wonder, if we'll be okay. But there's also great power in taking responsibility for yourself, because you can feel self-sufficient and you can feel empowered to be taking care of yourself and to, live your life in the way that you choose and not being beholden to anyone else at all. So I think this is important for us to actually take responsibility and to feel that rightness about it. I allow others to completely feel their emotions. So sometimes we don't like certain feelings or the way people express their feelings, and we might think some emotions are bad, But I think, our emotions are there to guide us. If we feel not quite right or we have difficult emotions, then we need to change it up. If we feel better about something, head more in that direction. And it should be a constant evaluation. And as it feels right, you keep moving forward. If it doesn't feel quite right, you shift a little. All right, now we're going to go into our brow chakra. All right, I rely on my internal counsel. My thoughts are getting more positive every day. Catherine's mentioned my daughter Christy is selling her house to move to the Central Coast, but her husband is creating a lot of resistance and is ridden with fears. He has acute anxiety, is creating a lot of stress for my daughter. All right, I allow others their perceptions. We'll include your daughter and her husband in our call. So we're going into the aura now. So sometimes we can get hooks or other weapons that can be caught in our energy field. Now, hooks can be from people that are looking for a quick way to get energy instead of putting the effort in themselves. It's like they use our energy to get to rather than going directly to the source. So they want to source energy through us rather than directly. All right, so the feeling that's stuck here is hopeless. And sometimes we do feel like things are hopeless, when avenues of help or earning money or, living our life are taken away, it's like we have to then become resourceful and look for other ways to do things. And I guess it becomes this interaction with God of how we do that. We're used to doing things in a certain way that feels comfortable and good to us, but sometimes he wants to stretch us a little and, to learn to do things in another way and feel supported, feel loved. All right, so we're going into this feeling that life isn't sweet, so looking for the sweetness of life. And often we want to eat sweets when life doesn't feel very sweet. And I'm just going to backtrack a little bit back to the hopeless feeling, and because that's got a generational component to it. Dad's side. Dad's mum and the women. And back to the sweetness of life, that's also got a generational component. Dad's dad. But again, the women on that side of the family. Also something in our timeline. All right, age 16 and 23, 26, 32. Now we're going to go into stomach meridian. Stomach meridian, you always think about anxiety. All right, so stomach meridian is involved in extracting the energy from the food and giving the energy to the lung meridian with the help of the spleen meridian. And the energy extracted from the air we breathe is included too. So I guess, and this is a thing that I really struggle with, but focusing on your breathing. I'm trying to learn flute at the moment, and she's always telling me, you've got to breathe into your belly, which is not a normal thing for me. So it's like, I guess, learning to practice breathing into your belly. So as you're breathing in, so kind of let your belly fill up, and then try and breathe like right down into your belly, and then let it sort of fall in again as you're breathing out. And particularly if you're anxious, I think you need to try and breathe in for longer, breathing to, 10 or 11, and then, breathe out and try and have a break in between if you're able to. And if you can't do that long, do what you can do. But the more that you can focus on your breathing, the more then you can calm that anxiety that you feel and get your body to get back to a peaceful place. So what also is coming up here is jaw pain and sinuses. So I don't know, has any of that been bothering you or your people that you're worried about? So stomach meridian actually starts like if you feel in the eye socket, right in the center there's a little divot, and that's stomach 1. And stomach meridian like runs on your face here, down the front of your neck, over your nipples, and over your, like, it's got a little track inward. There we go. And so then it runs like on your belly and then out on your thighs and all the way down to your toes. So we can get energy trapped along there, and we can get that as pain or congestion where it doesn't flow properly, where we feel our energy is stuck. All right, and an oil comes up here, which is juniper berry. And juniper berry is the oil of night, which is also about facing the dark things that we don't like about ourselves. I might use Kim's book here. All right, I embrace my shadow and recognize it as my teacher. So our shadow self is the part of ourselves that we really don't like. Like there's parts of us that we really love and honor and, like about ourselves. And then there's parts of ourselves that aren't so nice. But the shadow side is also there for us to learn from. I think in any family we have ones that are easy and ones that are hard, and we feel like we want everyone to be like the easy people, and why do we have to have this hard person in our family? But they are actually there to teach us and to help us grow, and they're there for a reason. And the same with the shadow side of us. I can struggle to be truthful with what I feel about myself, or I can tell myself stories that I may not necessarily be true. And we can get stuck in those stories. So, what's your shadow side that you struggle with? Everyone has it. All right, I access and address those fears and issues that have long been avoided, no longer allowing them to rob me of my joy of life. Great affirmation, Kim. Honestly, accessing the information being catered from within my subconscious mind, I experience greater wholeness as I reconcile myself with the hidden aspects of myself. I cleanse and detoxify both my physical and subtle bodies, especially the accumulated negative energy that has come through contact with those whose energy I feel no attunement. I had a patient that was adopted. She was very funny. And she didn't know originally that she was adopted, but when she was told she was adopted, she said to me, it was like, yes, now I know why I don't get these people. And so I think this is how it is. Sometimes we have to mix and live and work and, exist with people that don't exactly get us. They don't feel like the right people. And this can affect our energy field and our ability to feel like we're in tune with life. So some people are just not our people. So we're not in the right place at the right time. Perhaps we could say these people are there to teach us to come back to ourselves and what feels right, and to find people that are like-minded, that inspire us to live our life from our heart fully, so that we feel that we are in the right place and at the right time. So you could use your juniper berry oil to help bring up those negative things that are preventing you from taking that next step forward. All right, so we're going to go in the crown chakra now. Although I am an individual, I'm connected to the oneness of all things. And, you were not an accident when you were born, no matter what your parents tell you. You came at the right time, and you have purpose, and you're there to teach and to learn and to grow. And, I don't want you to ever doubt anymore that you were a mistake. There is no way. All right, I accept my inner wisdom. And that's what we all have to come back to feel within our heart that we are doing the right thing, the things that we feel are important, we keep hanging on to. All right. So where is your body telling you that you are stuck? Where do you feel the energy being stuck? Where is there pain? Where is there dysfunction? Is there anything that you can feel? I'm going to go into our 8th chakra while you're thinking about that. So the 8th chakra is about being connected to Mother Earth. Like it actually, that chakra goes below our feet into the ground. So we actually are connected to Mother Earth. All right, what's coming up here is our need to control everything in our environment. So what are you wanting to control? All right, what is helpful is gardening. And of course, we touch the earth, which getting dirt under our fingernails is very good because that helps our microbiome. So it's like that connection to earth again helps us improve who's in our gut. Okay, so Jenny's mentioned here waking very early with feelings of anxiety, lots of shallow breathing, and maybe holding my breath. Okay. Just with what we were talking about, like the gardening and connecting to the earth, you could use balance oil to ground yourself. Good morning, Susanna. So stomach, okay, which we were just talking about the stomach meridian. And stomach probably goes to the stomach meridian. It's about digesting life, isn't it, and our experiences. All right, so we're going to go into the 10th chakra. This is about the polarities of life, the good and the bad, all those things. So what else is coming up is light sensitivity. Some people don't do well with bright light. Other people need the light. All right, and what's coming up here is racing around trying to fit everything in life. Now, I'm sure you've seen this before. Oh, Cassie's on and mentioned eyes. Okay, thank you. And again, you've got stomach meridian that starts on that eye point there. And we also have like gallbladder meridian that's at this corner of the eye, and we've got bladder that's the inside corner of the eye. There is a little lesson, you could probably Google it, where you put rocks in a jar. And then, you say, oh, is the jar full? Well, no, yeah, it's full. And so then the person puts gravel in the jar and they fill it up with gravel. And is the jar full? Yes. And then they put sand in. And so still the sand gets put around there. Is it full? Yes, it's full. And then they put water in the jar until it is absolutely full to the top. So it's like we put the rocks in first. So Jenny's mentioned the lockdown has stopped her from being busy, probably physically busy, which took it out of your mind, but your mind is still busy. And so it's like using this idea to put the important things in first, like, a connection to nature, prayer, meditation, peacefulness, listening to uplifting music, moving our body to shift the energy when it gets stuck. You could do yoga, you could do Pilates, you could do dancing, you could, ride your bike. Anything with movement helps to get how the energy is stuck in your body. So sometimes racing around trying to fit things in helps us to feel like we can get things done. And, those of you that know how to clear energy, if you're concerned for your friends, you could clear energy for them in the morning when you wake up, and to help send them energy and help them to feel better, to feel loved. It's like a gift that you could send them. All right, I let go of the feeling that I will miss out on experiencing something. So let's say I allow myself to feel calm. All right, age 16 comes up. And back to the heart chakra. What comes up is breast lumps. I guess, we can't help someone else if we're not okay. So it's like, they have that, are you okay day? And I think it's like you should have an are you okay moment in the morning, checking in with yourself and checking the bits of you that don't feel okay at the moment. All right, so we've got an oil here, which is black spruce. I'm just going to use essential emotions. Okay, black spruce is the oil of stability. All right, black spruce is an ally in dealing with fear, especially subconscious generational fears. All individuals hold genetic and DNA memories from generations who have gone on before. At times, individuals may struggle under the weight of fears that didn't originate with them. Black spruce helps them gain clarity about fear-based memories and release them from the mind and body, freeing themselves and others in the process. So I like that. Often we do have generational fears. So we've inherited these fears, and often we feel fearful but don't know why we feel fearful. There doesn't seem to be a reason. All right, so if we go into the generational clearing here, we've got dad's mum's side and the women. And we've also got some stuff on mum's side, mum's dad's side. Again, the women. And let's put in there, I keep my family safe. I accept the lessons my family brings me. Sometimes they're very painful. All right, so now we're just going to plug in some cranial adjustments, because often the bones in our head can get jammed up when we're stressed or worried or anxious. All right, so in the left side of the roof of your mouth, you'll find a little spot there, and you can give it 3 little pokes while you hold on to both sides of your arm. It's like the biceps and the triceps. Or you can hold under both sides of your neck and just do 3 little taps on that spot. And then find along like the sides of your head, one side or the other, a corresponding point that matches. And then you want you to push them all at the same time, and then give yourself a deep tendon reflex. So you can either bash the edge of your, bash under your kneecap and your leg flies out, or you can bash on your arm and your wrist will pop up. So, and that helps reset the circuit. All right, so in the cranial faults, there are generational patterns contributing to getting cranial faults. Mum's side, mum's mum. Again, women. All right, so if we go and ask what's some of the baseline of these feelings, the very base comes low self-worth. And I think this is a big problem for many people, not feeling good enough, not liking what we're seeing about ourselves, not digesting ourselves, not digesting life and what's presenting, and assuming when things are not right that it's about us not being enough. All right, this one has a generational component too on dad's side of the family, and both men and women. Like 17 generations worth. So it's a lot of people that felt this low self-worth. So you may be here as the person to help clear this generational pattern. All right, back in the brow chakra, my intuition and awareness are gifts. Sometimes we don't feel that they're gifts. Sometimes they feel difficult because we can feel these things about other people or sense their pains or discomfort or worries, and sometimes we don't know what to do. But even simply to pray for that person or to meditate, send them a little note, is something wonderful to know that somebody is thinking about you and cares about you. So when someone pops into your head, please take action and do something about it. All right, I choose to replace fear with faith. My brain functions optimally. It's safe for me to see the truth, no matter what it is. And we're going to go back into the first chakra, which is that, our tribe, our family, knowing how we fit in and belong. All right, and what's coming up here is insecurity. All right, I'm worthy of acceptance. I'm balanced and grounded. I work calmly and steadily within my limits. I stand my ground. My family or tribe has my back. So I really think that it's important to go and do something good. And even if you can't physically go and do it, to intentionally send love or light or, pray for someone or write them a note. I feel that is so important in this time. If someone comes to your mind, I want you to take action. You might think nothing of it, but it just makes all the difference in the world to that other person. And even if you share a little part of you, or if you want to do it anonymously, doesn't matter. Leave something on someone's doorstep. It's nice to be thought of. All right, time of birth is coming up. Our own feelings. All right, feelings of doubting self come up at birth. And I guess that could be translated into the birth. Often the birth is aligned with how the person feels or their personality. So, my first son, when he was born, he was holding the cord. And he was so fearful that he would squeeze the cord and cut off his own oxygen. So, and I'd have to lie on my side and lie on the other side. So when he was born, he was fine, but that's a bit his personality, to cut off his own air supply out of fear. So, often we were fearful at birth because, we knew we had great purpose. We knew that there were great things we had to do here, but it was going to be difficult. I guess we started with doubt sometimes, but I think we are here for a reason. We're in the right place at the right time with the right people, even if they challenge us. It is a good thing. It's good to be challenged. It's good to challenge yourself and to try new things and to, have a go at new things. All right, something in the feet, left foot. I'm going to use Ina's book here. All right, what's coming up here is an imbalance between giving and receiving. And I guess often we want to give and not necessarily to receive. But I guess if we all want to be givers, someone has to receive. So sometimes we need to give and sometimes we need to receive. If I say I'm okay with receiving, it's like no. Age 16 comes up again. Age 20. Age 42. 46. Also age 12. All right, something else between the eyes and the stomach. So gentleness. So sometimes we're not very gentle with ourselves or we're not very gentle with others. All right, I am calm and respond well when under attack. So sometimes when people attack us, it's because they are fearful or they're not okay. And so then they want to attack us because we may not be understanding how they're feeling or not realizing, or maybe we do understand, but they're not willing to listen. All right, the other one is trust. Oh, Cassie said, thank you, makes sense. Okay. To trust ourselves, our true selves, it is to see the difference between our divine nature and our ego. We are not our myriad of thoughts telling us that we are ugly and incapable, that the world is scary and unfriendly. We are the observer of those thoughts. Trust more in the observer and not the ego. The world is our mirror, and the lens of trust will change our experience. I trust my intuition with unwavering security. As I choose to put my trust in others, I trust my feelings, follow promptings, and act accordingly. I trust those who have made mistakes in the past and give them a second chance. And I guess trust has to be earned, isn't it? And we can explain when people betray our trust, and we can give them opportunity to redeem themselves or to, do better. All right, also some generational baggage here. Dad's side, dad's mum. Mixed group of men and women. 20 generations. Lots of people. Feeling annoyed and also feeling powerless. All right, so what parts of your life are feeling powerless right now? How can we view the lens differently? Sometimes we feel that we wanted to go in a certain direction and then we get stopped. Is it perhaps that we need to change direction? Is this the universe guiding us to a little bit different path where we are going to have greater joy and experience and to be able to actually do things in a different manner from how we've always done it? Cassie says all of it. Okay. All right, so more generational stuff here again on Dad's side, just Dad himself. And again, some stuck emotions. What comes up here is feeling a void in the soul. So I guess if we've got loss, we may want to feel that loss with addictions. So for me, I'd want to eat. So some people want to drink or smoke or gamble or have sex or shop or whatever it is that you want to do. I guess a void is also the opportunity to change what we fill ourselves with, to fill ourselves with love and acceptance and peace rather than food. Easy for me to say. All right, so let's say I am filled with purpose. Age 18 comes up. And let's say I'm okay when things go differently from how I planned it. All right. And I guess that's the hard thing, isn't it? We all have a plan when we have a family or when we take on a job or, maybe in Zuzana's case, we move countries. We have an idea in mind and sometimes we don't see exactly how that's going to go. All right, something more on the 10th chakra. So what's hiding in that is weight. I think for a lot of people at this time have put on weight. All right, and also box ticking and to-do lists. And sometimes box ticking and to-do lists can be good because they help you focus your energy. Sometimes we get so hooked up on that we forget to live. All right, and console oil. And I guess we all need console at different times because life doesn't go how we planned it. And, there are disappointments and there are things that get in the way of our plan or the way that we envisioned our life. So, yeah, we all do need consoling. All right, so when a storm is raging in one's heart or mind, or when there is no relief from fear, emotional pain, or anxious feelings, console can assist individuals in taking the first step towards healing. It encourages individuals to seek divine intervention so they may experience the ever-present mantle of warmth, love, and consolation. Console helps ease burdens, assists in experiencing a serene heart and mind, and guides individuals toward emotional rest. If you feel that you need to be comforted, I would use this oil to help you feel that comfort, the comfort of the divine, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, comforting us and assuring us that we came at exactly the right time and to the right place to fulfill our purpose in life, and that we are on purpose, even if it may feel scary and dangerous and that we're not achieving anything. Know that even our existence, that other people are watching, and our trying even through the difficulties helps others to try more. Yeah, and Jenny says, I need console. I think so, because, life has not been dishing out what we expected. And so we need to be consoled and regroup and, know that we came to earth at this time. We chose to come. We chose to be part of this new revolution that's happening right now. And we're here to be leaders of light and to extend the hand of love to those around us. When there is fear and anger and separation, we can be the people that are in the right place and the right time to show love and to extend our hand of fellowship and inclusion. All righty. Well, thank you for those that jumped on the call. Thank you for your comments. It does help. Hope your eyes and stomach and anxiety feel better. There will be purpose in it. Hope that you have a great day, and we'll send our energy clearing out to all those people that need it, and we'll plug in that console oil for all those that don't have oil. We'll plug in the vibration of that. All right. Have an amazing day.